All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Day 4 of Igniting the Next Generation Summit. So excited for this. It was another great day. Um, we've got a great group here tonight that we want to talk about everything that we heard today and the messages shared with us. And our fearless leader James McClam, today was his day. So James, let's start it off with you. Tell us about what you talked about. It was a great talk.
Sure. Well, one of the things that I have done over the last year is, and you guys know this, is I've written journals called the Ignite Journals that are 30-day journals to help students in high school get started correctly. And as a result of that, I get all these questions from parents and kids themselves at this time of the year that say, all right, I've already blown the first half of the year. What can I do to get on the right track? And so I addressed a few questions that I keep hearing them ask. Is it too late? Am I behind? What if I'm not motivated? How do I get started again? Because I wanted the people who listen to this, to the young people who listen, to the parents that listen, to realize it is not too late to get started again. And so mine was completely different than what I've done before. Instead of doing a presentation, which is almost kind of like a keynote, I just answered those questions. I took 5 of those questions and I just talked to them for the just under 15 minutes that I went, answering that, trying to reassure them, trying to help them out as it's going forward too. So that was what I was doing. Hey, Chip. That's what I was doing on my presentation. And I hope it kind of rung true to the people who were listening and watching. I enjoyed it.
No, I did too. And I thought you did a great job. And just for those that are watching the live, we'll say this throughout the call tonight, ignitenextgen.com. You can still get in there. You'll be able to see the replays this week. So make sure that if you haven't joined us, make sure to do that. Tammy, you had something you were going to add?
I was going to say, James, by far the best presentation I've heard from you. Not that the rest weren't good, but I'm saying that was the best.
Yeah. So you're saying I stunk until this one? Is that what I'm hearing?
Not what I said. You have to model self-talk for the youth listening to us now here. But no, I was actually walking my dogs and I'm listening. And I kept stopping to take notes because you had so many like good things. I was like, no, I got to remember that line. I got to remember that line. I about lost him 3 times, in doing this. But no, I thought it was a phenomenal talk and a lot of needed information that our youth need to hear, because I think those are questions that often they're scared or too tough to have to ask out loud.
And that's what I was getting. A lot of folks were just, this time of the year, they feel like they've blown it. A lot of young people, especially in high school, that first semester, that first 9 weeks, if they're on that 9-week system, that first quarter, they're on fire. They do really well. And then that second quarter happens. And that's where things start to slide a little bit. And the third quarter, at least when I was teaching and when I was a student back a long time ago, was the time that was the struggle. It was the time that I did the worst. And then I had to rebound on my last quarter, come back strong. Hey, I gotta finish strong. And I was like, how can we position it so that they don't have to do that? So that they can know is, even if you had a mess up at the beginning of the year or you struggle getting started right, you still got time. It's not too late.
I like the messy middle. That's so good. You start strong and people come out, but the messy it is that the middle's the mess. But the whole highlight reel stuff, and I couldn't figure out how to back stuff, how to pause it and back out. I was on a treadmill. To your point, Tammy, I couldn't back. You can't back. It's driving me nuts because that's so good. But you were talking about the highlight. It's motivation is lying to you. You got to come up with this you got to tell us that thought. It's motivation is lying, or something is lying to you. It was so good. It was so good.
Now you're making me wonder what in the world I said. I have to find my note.
So good. It's really, really good stuff.
Well, thank you. And now I'm going to have to go back and listen to it myself, because I
But I'm always looking for new material for athletes. And yeah, you talk to the student, but everything you said could be applied to athletes as well. Because a lot of times they start a game and it doesn't go how they're wanting to go. And a lot of them mentally check out. And so, that's where my brain went. Okay, how can I apply this to an athlete, not just in the middle of a season, but in the middle of a game, in the middle of a competition? So I found a lot of value in that. So kudos.
Yeah, no, I've listened to it twice now. Unfortunately, it was both on the road, and so I wasn't taking notes either. And that's why this morning again, I'm like, I've got to listen to that again. So, any other comments on it? It was a great presentation. I think it was really impactful.
Yeah, I mean, just the style, like you said, James. It's not your typical keynote style presentation. Answering questions, being authentic, genuine, and sharing your knowledge with everyone. Well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. And you know what? Just for those watching on the live, tell us a little bit more about those books you released this year, James.
Well, they are 30-day journals. I don't think there's one close. Yeah, here they are. 30-day journals, which will look backwards on the screen, I know, but they're called the Ignite journals. One for each grade that students can use, young people can use to help them get started right now. Obviously, they're the most popular when, come August and September, because that's when everybody's thinking about it. But as we were looking through this, and I was talking through it with the team that helps me publicize this, they were like, you really need to help promote this mid-year. So we were doing that. And we do have, to kind of toot the horn here, we do have enhancement packages. So if you go to our website and click over to where you can find the Ignite, there are enhancement packages. And what I mean by that is there's more prompts to help them with the journal. There is a lesson plan if teachers wanted to teach part of this as a classroom to guide their students through. There's parent guides that go through it that they can all add to the experience of having these journals.
Awesome. And you can get them where?
You can get them at any place, Amazon.com. But if they wanted it, hey, look at there. I got this where I could sit.
There it is.
There's my website.
Almost like you knew I was going to ask you.
No, it's just always set on this particular. Yeah, it's always set. If they go to generation-youth.com, they can find it there. It's always set on this platform that I can click on it. So
awesome. My son Jamari has it, and it's a great resource. So yeah, anyone listening, it's definitely worth checking in that. All right.
So he got the green one, didn't he? He has the green one, right?
No, he's got the red one.
He's got the red one? He's a freshman. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was a sophomore.
Yeah. Dave.
Yes, sir.
Give us a summary. Tell us what you're talking about.
Yeah. So my session was titled Leading with Purpose in School and Life. And it's concepts from my book that I wrote and self-published last year called Leading with Purpose, Achieving Your Highest Potential in Work and Life. So my book was geared more towards adults and young professionals, but this was obviously geared towards youth. And, first thing concept I talk about is the idea of self-leadership. We can't effectively lead others, whether through impact or influence, until we effectively lead ourselves first. And that comes from self-management, time management, having values and living by those values, leading by those values. In my book, I share about the idea of a personal mission statement. Just like companies have mission statements, it's good to have our own mission statement. Why we do what we do. So talk about that and idea, really what I really like to share in leadership development is the idea that, we don't need a title to lead. Leadership is not a title. It's not a position on an organizational chart. It's, again, the idea of impact and influence, just like the great Dr. John C. Maxwell says. Amen. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And so, our youth have an opportunity to lead each and every day through the impact that they make, the influence that they have on their peers, and the decisions they make every day. It was enjoyed. It was quick. It was short. About a little over 7 minutes. Just trying to share some key concepts and takeaways from the book.
And there were a lot of great ones in there. I loved the message. And you know what? The one thing I remember thinking as I was listening to you speak, it just was a testament to this whole summit, because as you were talking, I thought, you know what? There's so many bits and pieces from different presentations that they all tie together, that when you start putting it all together, it's really one big, incredible message.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you. As one of the presenters. Really appreciate the opportunity, and enjoy helping our youth. It's the future. It's our youth. So anything we can do to help support them. I've got 4 children myself. A high schooler, a middle schooler, and 2 elementary schoolers. So
awesome.
I'm in the thick of it.
That's awesome.
Are you a teacher, Dave?
No, sir. I worked with summer camps for over 25 years.
Okay.
So in outdoor education, outdoor leadership. And so, I shared with James earlier today on the podcast interview about the impact I had with from my high school music teacher. Had a huge positive influence on me my junior and senior year. He was a new teacher my junior year, and he believed in me. And that's kind of what set me on this journey over my life.
That's awesome. Well, anyone else want to jump in and share their thoughts or have any questions for Dave?
I do. Go ahead, Dale.
When you said, who are you influencing? I think you shape people's minds when you talk about leading, and you go, who are you influencing? Because leadership is influence, and it could be if it is influence, then that makes 2 of the greatest leaders or influencers the world's ever seen is Hitler and Mother Teresa. It just shows you when leadership goes awry, when influence goes awry, what it can do. And if it's influence, but you kind of you shape kids. Well, I'm not a thinking leader. Wait, I am influencing. You're an elevator taking them up or down. So it was great talk.
Thank you. Thanks, Dale.
That's a good point, Dale, because I'm thinking that too. And I think John Gordon says this: everyone's a leader.
Amen.
You're just either leading good or bad by everything you do. And again, working from athletic teams, I'll see a lot of freshmen or sophomores. Well, I'm not a leader, and they just feel like they can push that away and not take responsibility. But no, their actions, what they're saying, what they're doing, it's leading good or bad.
Every one of us is an elevator operator. And every conversation, every interaction, they're getting on your elevator. You got to push a button. You can't stay on the same.
I'm writing that down, Dale. I like that.
You're going up or going down, and you push the button, right? They don't get to push the button.
That's right.
You push the button. And so we have a choice, up or down, and everything. All right, I'll shut up. So,
no, that's one of the best things I've heard all day.
We take people with us, up or down.
Come on.
Yeah.
By the button we hit.
Chip, Dale's comment deserved a comment from you.
Oh, is that right?
No.
Hey, I was just taking it all in and listening. I'm trying to figure out a way to get these notes down.
Go get it, or a boom. That's what I was waiting on the boom.
I loved it. And it's so true. So many of us, I think that's the determining factor in what sparks us to understand that we are true leaders, is like the identity piece, knowing that the big man has made us all, and knowing that we have something within us. We don't have to search for it. It's in us, right? We just have to activate it, and then, like he was saying, elevate it, right? And then it really gets good when we know and see that, like, from what I have, I can use it to help others. Oh, that's when it really gets good.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Dave. It was awesome. So
Thank you.
So let's talk about all our new 100, meaning 70. Dale, I love your stuff. I was listening to it and I was like, you know what? I've got a signed copy of your book for each of my kids,
Come
and
on.
I'm going home and reminding them to read it again.
Come on.
Hmm.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yours, Dale.
So I've studied money all my career, and
I love that.
so
I
I've
like it.
That's awesome.
I've studied money all my life, and I'm always talking to my kids about money. And my middle son several years ago said, "Dad, you need to tell all of our friends this principle." So I wrote this story, started going around, and so, anyways, young adults are going to get out and go get their first job and go from nothing to the most money they've ever seen in their life. Just when you get your first job paycheck, instead of taking it all, 100%, stop at 70%. That's still going to be the most money you've ever seen in your life. You're at zero. Make 70, you're 100. And it'll sting for about 3 weeks. And after that, look, you don't have a standard of living established. And whatever number you accept as your standard, that's your reality. You'll never know 70 is not your 100. And every adult I've ever talked to wishes they could go back in time and have a mulligan, have a redo, and start over. Just make 70 or 100. And they've got one shot. This is why people fly me all over the country. They got one shot to make this happen. Because if you start spending all that paycheck, 100% of it, statistically, you'll never back down to 70. It's over, because most money problems are not problems about money. And so by the way, the other 30, invest 20% of it and give the last 10% away. I don't care who you give it away to, just give it away. And then we go through what all of that doing, that making 70 or 100 and 20 and 10, what it does for you, and how to break the bonds of this junk on phones from owning us, and how to break away from that and have a heart of giving and generosity. And that's when true life begins. And that's the fuel on top of this whole thing that just fires it off, and everything about life gets new perspective when you become a giver. So, anyways, that's what it's about. That's all I got. And I get to go all over the country and speak all over the world. I've got 970 kids tomorrow morning at 3 high schools. I'm about to light up.
Where are you at?
I'm above Savannah on I-95, Effingham County. So I'm on 7:45 in the morning. I got 200 of them starting in a room, and then going to 2 more high schools, and we're going to set that place on fire up in there. We're going to
And if they're looking for a place to share their 10%, they can go to generation.youth.com. Thought I'd throw that out there. So I've had Dale's book for quite some time, and it disappeared from my house about 18 months ago. That and a copy of an old book I had from the 90s from a man named Larry Burkett.
wow.
For folks. And they are now, I knew where they went, but they are on the shelf in the living room of my daughter and her husband, who got married there about 1.5 years ago. So they've started doing that. Now, I don't know that they've adopted the plan closely, but they are extremely aware of it, because we were talking over with them quite a bit that if they can set some standards and some practices very early in their new marriage, especially about money, it will eliminate a lot of arguments and conflict and stuff later. Because, we know as adults, that is one of the, arguments that couples have quite a bit. Now, we didn't have your principles when my wife and I started, but we elected to try to live off of one paycheck when we first started. And we were able to do that until we only had one paycheck, when one hit, because we were able to have a nest egg that when my wife stayed home because our oldest was born, we were able to move through. So it's your principles teach a discipline to young people that I don't think they're going to appreciate until they are at our stages in life. And then they can look back and go, wow, look what I've done over the past 10, 15, 20 years of my life.
Yeah. I am a big believer in your book. When I first read it, when you first talked to us, And every single youth out there needs that sooner than later.
Thank you.
I mean, it's just a great philosophy, a great, hey, here's the game plan. Let's follow it and do it.
Well, I'll say this about the state of Georgia. For the second time, they're about to send it to all 126,213 seniors that are graduating this year for the second time.
That's awesome.
So they believe it in the county, Jacksonville Beach, Florida, Duval County. They're about to send it to 7,000 seniors. So there are places that believe in this. And so Georgia believes in this, and they're doing something about it. So there are states that are mandating it, but we got more work to do. So I just tell people, if you know people that can get me in front of as many large numbers of young adults, I think we can change a generation's saving and giving habits. Because I'll tell you this, I've been in front of 54,413 kids in a few years live, and they know this is playing them. They know this is playing them. Mm-hmm. They know they're getting lied to. They just don't know where to find the answers. They know it's not true. I can prove that. But they come down and they'll sit there with me for an hour with 35 kids that after I speak, and they'll just be sitting there peppering me with questions on marriage and faith and entrepreneurship and college and debt. And they're starving for the truth. They just don't know where to find the answers. They're hungry.
And if those seniors need another book, they can find it at generation-youth.com.
Hey, just one thing real quick.
This is your day, James, I guess.
It is, absolutely.
Y'all are just teeing me up. I haven't planned on doing this, but Jeff opened the door, so I'm just...
Jeff, can you talk about your books? Jeff, can you talk about yours? I mean, Chip, we can't match altogether Chip's number.
Yeah, no kidding.
24 books now. What?
Hey, just let me interject one sec real quick. Last night I had to jump off quick. We were having a baby gender reveal. I'm having my first granddaughter. I'm going to hand off to Tammy because right now I'm going to my grandson's first birthday.
Love it.
So,
All right.
thank you, guys.
Good to see you.
Thank you, man. Go have fun.
All right. Moving on to Kira. And I wish she was here. If you have never seen, oh gosh, help me, James, Finding Rainbows podcast. Finding Rainbows. I've been on her podcast twice, actually, so I hate that I forgot the name there. But one of the most positive, uplifting, just finds the best in everything she does. And that's what her whole theme is. She wants to find a rainbow in anything that happens. Mm-hmm. So really enjoyed her talk, and I hate that she's not on here. And it was actually a little bit different than anything I'd heard her speak on, but she caught me when she said the key isn't hard work. And I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But it's consistency. And I was like,
yeah, the art of consistency. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And it's so true. It isn't how hard you work. And I know I've been guilty. Work hard, and then you're burned out. But it's just the consistency of day to day of what you do. And I thought it was a great, great message.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated her enthusiasm in the way that her energy and vibe just jumped across the screen. More than even what she said. It was that the feeling that was behind what she said drew me in. I was like, oh, this is fun. Cause I get to see them, when you guys first send them in. And I think hers was one of the first ones that came across. So, I remember that one. I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. I really like this.
Yeah. She's one of the most genuine people I was going to say I've met, but I haven't met her. Just like I've never met Chip, nor James, nor Jeff, even though I've known you guys for years. But wow. Yeah. So, but she is a very genuine person, and her enthusiasm for a life is very contagious.
We've met.
We have met. We met in Charlotte.
A couple times.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. I was just throwing you in with James and Jeff. I'm sorry. That's what happens.
That's all right.
You and I've met.
I've met you too. Yeah, I went up to Black Mountain. Okay, Jeff's the only one of my 3 work husbands here.
Yeah, and I met Jeff. Jeff, I went out to
You
Phoenix.
did. Yeah.
So-
I've never met Jeff, even though Jeff and I talk every week. So
Wow.
Well,
anyway,
we had somebody.
didn't mean to derail the whole conversation here.
And you and I did a workshop together last summer
We
before
did.
last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to
so-
do that again. But I didn't mean to derail. But any thoughts about Kira's or any other thing to add to that?
Yeah, she's positive.
Yeah,
Great energy.
great personality.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to move on. Chip did not get to talk about his on the first night, so I think we need to hear from Mr. Chip.
Come on.
Awesome. Let's go. So first, man, just grateful to be a part of this amazing thing. Just so many great people with such great life experience, but using it to be a blessing to others, you know, and that's awesome. It's a great space to be in, and it's exciting. But for me, you know, my thing is go get it. And so I believe that, you know, no significant success is going to come to you. Like, you're going to have to go get it and make it happen. And to go get it and make it happen, you have to ignite that success, right? And that's what I talked about, igniting your success. And I just gave some principles to help ignite that success. And first, you have to look inward, right? Look within to win, and realize that you've got what it takes. What it takes. It's in you. Like I said earlier, you don't have to look around for it. No, it's in there. You just have to activate that greatness and bring it out, right? And so that's the first piece. The next trait was gratitude. And I believe the gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude. And so we have to operate in gratitude and operate in gratitude and be grateful for what we have, because it could be better, but guess what? It could be way worse. So be grateful for what you do have. And when you learn to be grateful for what you do have, it allows you to just be able to work with what you got, right? And then you can stack on top of that from there. Then I talked about negotiables, non-negotiables. You have to have core principles by which you operate. Rain, sun, snow, it don't matter. I'm going to do that, right? You have to have core principles by which you operate. And then you have to be intentional. I love good, pure-hearted people with good intentions, right? Like, that just gave me chills to say that. Like, I love good people. And it's all good people here, right? And so amazing things happen when you can be intentional and put yourself around good people. I think it brings about a heightened sense of awareness, and it helps with the consistency in your life as well. Then I talked about elevating. And when you do all of those things organically, you're going to elevate, right? It's a step-by-step process. You'll elevate. And so if you break that down, inward, I, gratitude, G, negotiables, N, intentional, I, elevate, E, spells ignite. So ignite your success.
Love it.
I love the intentional part. That has been a consistent theme this week, as people thinking that we need to lead intentionally. We need to look at our lives intentionally. We need to think about relationships intentionally. It seems to be quite a buzzword that we need to be about, because if we don't, things are just going to happen to us. So we need to be proactive about leading that. So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, proactive, not reactive.
Exactly.
Chip, I loved I texted you your formula. I loved your gratitude is the attitude that determines your altitude, right?
Yes, sir.
That's so good.
Thank you so much. And I while we were on, I just ordered that book on Amazon too.
Mine?
Your book.
Oh, this one? You got this one right here? You can get it. If you didn't get it,
Wait a minute.
right here.
Let me look. Wait, hey, let's not play that game, guys, because I can pull all of your books off my shelf. Okay. I mean, we're going to do that. I mean, right over here. I mean, I can go get them. I mean, that's the game we're playing.
And then there's a right here. You can do that one. So.
Yeah, the game we're playing is, Chip needs to be recognized for the work he has done and consistently and intentionally does day in and day out for our youth. So
Thank
I
you
know
so much.
everybody on the summit has, James, like you said, that seems to be, that seemed to be the theme this year. But Chip, you are one of the first that I recognize that in, and love everything you do and everything you do say.
Thank you, Tammy.
And-
Right
and-
back at
Who said it the first night when you weren't on, James? Who said he has Lance Loya said Chip has one of the 3 voices in the world.
Butter.
Who were the other 2 that he
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman
Morgan Freeman
and
and
James Earl Jones.
and Chip
That's
Baker.
good. That's good. Morgan Freeman. Oh,
That's good.
come on. I can give you a couple of them.
So you're one of 3, Chip.
That's rare.
That's
rare.
pretty impressive.
So good. So good.
And I think too, one of the things I really appreciate about you is that you love to collaborate with people. You love to bring people together and help them share their message, which is the heart of what we do here at the summit, is bringing people together. And we have 3 that are a part of our original group. Dale, Chip, and Lance were a part of our original team that presented. And and Aaron Alejandro is a good friend of ours as well, who we're looking at him coming. I haven't even mentioned this, Tammy, looking at him and being the future host with us as well. Awesome. That we able to draw people in and be able to do things well with them, because he and Dale have worked together quite a bit. So I love that you are all about collaboration, bringing people together. So as we kind of wrap up the week, is there anything that stood out from you during the week, guys? Anything a message that you heard, something that happened, something that you saw, something that you did not expect? Anything at all?
I'll jump in there on that. I think for me, blown away with the organization and how well it's run. So huge kudos to you and the team and everyone that's doing everything behind the scenes to set everything up. So grateful for that, because it's amazing. Graphics, clips, pics, social media.
That is all
James. So good. So just big kudos to you. And then, like I continue to say, it's helping so many people. So keep doing your thing, brother.
Sorry.
It's far cry from the first one. We've learned a lot since the first one.
We are all a work in progress.
Hey, it's like, I think you said it, James. It's like data. When, after that test, you don't get the score you want after the first one. All right, what do we need to do different? What do we need to change? What do we make better? And I think that's what you asked for, what we pulled from this week. And that was one of the themes. We're not always going to be successful. We are going to fail, but it's what do we learn from it so we set ourselves up from success as we move forward. And I heard that resonated a lot. Even the money, it's okay. We might not be making money now, but what are we learning so we know how to invest in the future? And I just really like that, because I think our society has gotten into, we want it now. We want results now. But I really appreciated that overriding message that I heard all week.
I'd say 3 C's: communication, collaboration, and cooperation. And the communication this week has been phenomenal. James, all the daily emails, the engagement, and again, the collaboration, having these live streams. So I haven't been able to join until tonight, and the cooperation among everyone. It's been awesome. Takes a team. It's been a team effort. And teamwork makes the dream work. Again, it's all about serving our youth.
Exactly.
I lost y'all there completely. My sound went out completely for about 3 minutes.
So you didn't hear
That's
everything bad I said about you.
Yeah, I know. I could see you were talking, but I was like, I couldn't hear anything. I was like, what just
You have to go back to
happened?
Facebook and listen to it.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. So
Thank you
anyone
all
else?
for letting us.
I appreciate every one of you for giving your time to jump on here tonight, because I think these conversations really add a lot to it. but also to commit to what you do every day, day in and day out. That's what's important. I mean, these talks are important, but it's the day-to-day, the consistency, like Kira said, that makes the big impact. And I appreciate all of you and what you do for our youth and making a difference.
Thank you. Likewise.
Likewise.
Any
What they
other
said.
closing comments?
Thank you for letting us be a part of this.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
it's our pleasure to hear from you and to connect with you guys and do this. And so and it doesn't end, as folks know that we'll still have a couple of days in which all the presentations will be available for people to watch. So if you've signed up and you missed one early in the week or you missed something during the day, they're not gone. You can click on any of the links, the daily links, and those presentations will be open through Saturday night. So you'll be able to see them all available then. You should be able to get an email still with the links going to this. And if you would like to hear, about 120, I guess we're up to about 120 presentations total, then you can join our VIP, which we've not mentioned too much about this. We'll be talking about that a little bit more over the next couple of days. But you can get the VIP package, and it will give you access to everything forever, as long as we have that presentations, as long as we have access to those on any platform, you can hear those. And there is a wealth of information on these.
Yes.
But we've had a great week, a great group of people who have shared and poured their heart into this. Any closing comments from anyone before we set off?
Just appreciate you all, especially you, James. You're the man behind the scene.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, audience, for joining with us. If you guys will hang on once we hit end stream, and so I can say goodbye to you guys offline, I'd appreciate it. And for everyone who's listening in, who's watching this, who may be watching this, because the live streams are part of the VIP package as well, so you'll get access to those recordings as well. When you get all that information, we just love for you to share with us. Send us your comments. I am beginning to get comments, some testimonies from my audience that I reached out to tell me what they liked. So, send us your comments, text the presenters, email the presenters, direct message the presenters, so that they'll know how you appreciated what they're doing. So thank you guys for joining us, and thank you, audience, for sticking with us this week. And we'll have another one of these pretty soon.
Very well.